Congratulations, we are totally leveling up and you're making your amazing way through the course. You're pretty solid. You've got a lot of business fundamentals, you've got a lot of business ideas. You're starting to learn how to think through it like a pro. And now the next step in your leveling up journey is marketing. And marketing is an extremely important piece for entrepreneurs because marketing is your growth. It's actually really exciting. And when you get to the end of this particular section, the few videos that cover marketing, you are going to be like, let's say, definitely level 2 beginner. Like if you're just starting out in business, you are going to be leveling up quite a bit because a lot of beginners totally skip this, and it's completely understandable because if you've been in technology or if you haven't been in marketing, marketing can be extremely confusing. There's so much. There's like Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Snapchat, like search engine optimization, publicity, like and more and more and more, and it just everybody just who starts out really feels lost. So first of all, don't feel lost. I'm going to make it very simple for you to understand it. A lot of it is just noise, and we're going to focus eventually on the core important things, and you'll see how easy it can be and how silly it was to be intimidated. I promise. Well, like 90% promise. So for me, when I started out, and for many other entrepreneurs who are just starting out as well, you see it's so hard to create your business and maybe launch a product and perfect your service that precisely the thing that gets neglected is the marketing, because the marketing is something that comes after you launch your product. And so you can say, oh, I'll figure it out when I cross that bridge, right? But the problem is, unless you have a good marketing strategy, I actually don't recommend starting a business at all unless you have a good strategy. And that's tricky. First of all, you don't know what's a good strategy because you're starting out. But second, sometimes you think one strategy is good, but it turns out not to be good. But at least have some plan and get some advice on it, so that you don't end up in a situation where you start a business, you create a product, but that product is extremely difficult to promote. I see it very, very often as something that creates a real dent in your business, does a lot of damage. So make sure that you be aware of marketing is extremely important, and that's why in that 3-sentence business plan, a huge part of it is the marketing. The second sentence is the marketing because it has to be there. Otherwise, you just can't start. Now, beginners almost entirely, and see if this is you. They say something like 90% of beginner marketers say something extremely similar to one another when asked what's going to be your marketing strategy for whatever you're promoting, whether it's a cleaning service or Uber or whatever, the new Uber. They basically say, I'm going to promote on social media, Instagram, Facebook, I'm going to run some ads, and maybe I'm going to pass out flyers and business cards. That's essentially what people say, no matter what the business is. And that's just because it's just random things that come to people's mind. These are the most apparent. But you're not supposed to do what's the most apparent. You're supposed to choose the marketing strategies that are going to be the best fit for what you are doing. And in the coming videos, I'm actually going to walk you through how to match the best fit to what you're doing, so that you'll see that's the part where you'll be like, so we'll get there quickly. So another impulse first-time marketers have is, because it is kind of confusing and painful to sift through all these marketing strategies, is to excessively outsource. They outsource social media, they outsource SEO, they outsource everything else, and it's a bunch of random strategies that random people execute for you, and you close your eyes and you hope for the best. But guess what? You probably hired relatively inexpensive freelancers who are probably beginners or relative beginners, and they're going to be happy to take your money and keep taking it, but the results usually don't come for a couple of reasons. First reason is that you probably don't manage them well, or you don't know how to manage them because you don't know the subject matter. Another reason is they could be taking complete advantage of you because you also have no idea to tell because you haven't delved into this stuff enough yourself. So there's a little bit of education that you definitely have to do on your end with marketing, even if you don't see yourself as a marketer long term. And partially is that maybe you just gave them the wrong strategies to implement, and so it could be your fault. And often we don't know. You have to dive into what really happened, and it's often actually a combination of the three. So definitely you want to, at least on your end, make sure that the marketing strategies you choose and that you give them are the right ones, because if they aren't, there's nothing they're going to be able to do for you. The way that I know I've been a little bit negative and I wanted to just kind of prevent some common pitfalls, but really marketing, I see it as totally positive. I love it because it's the lifeline of your business. It's your great advantage. That's how I want you to see it, is that marketing and sales cure all. Maybe you're going to hit some snags along the way. There's no one who executes a business perfectly. But as you keep getting sales and as you keep getting growth, it's the correct marketing. If you choose it well, implement it well, that's the thing that's going to be very likely turn your business into a success. So I personally love it. I'm actually really passionate about marketing for that reason, because it gives me a chance. Like, I know if I do it well and if my product is good, I have a fair chance. And that's what marketing gives you, and that's all you can really ask for in the end, I guess, right? So for me, I love it. And I started as a software engineer. I knew nothing about marketing. When people used to talk about Twitter, it used to totally confuse me. But now I'm totally on top of it. And now I'm better at it than most quote unquote business people, marketing people. And now it's actually my advantage that I have over people. I usually if all things consider, I out promote 90% of my competitors and leave them in the dust. And that's what I'm going to want to try to get you to do in the next videos.